everyone. Welcome back to Central Virginia Venture Connect. I am your host, Justin Ritter, with the Charlottesville Business Innovation Council. And today we have with us Megan Welsh and Jason Smith of the Virginia Economic Development Partnership Business Investment Division. Megan and Jason, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
So we have a lot to talk about in a little time, but I think the best place to start is, what is the VEDP Business Investment Division?
Sure. I'm Megan Welch. I'm the Managing Director of the Technologies and Corporate Services team within Business Investment at VEDP. So our role is to help existing Virginia firms grow and to attract new firms to the state to create jobs and investment in communities around the Commonwealth. And we've got a variety of tools to do that, which we'll get into. But generally to create jobs here in the state.
Hi everyone, I'm Jason Smith with VEDP, business manager in our BR&E division, one of four business retention and expansion managers here at VEDP. And our mission is to work with an assigned region to establish presence in the region, serve as a point of contact for local and regional economic developers and companies, and understand Virginia's business climate. We like to collect feedback on our local and regional visits and deliver that back to VEDP for continuous improvement on strategy and ongoing best practices, how we can support local companies. So basically our role is to be proactive in business retention here in the state. We want to understand challenges early on, deliver the Commonwealth's resources and solutions collectively with our local and regional partners so we can provide assistance.
Cool. So I've been particularly interested in getting to know y'all, in particular because of your unique knowledge base of the lay of the land of Virginia-centric technology companies, because I think most of us don't really know. Could you help paint a picture of what the Virginia technology ecosystem looks like today as of February 18th, 2022?
Absolutely. We actually just went through a very intensive research and marketing strategy to update our value props. We've got a lot of great information to share with your group on the value prop for tech in Virginia. We are America's top state for talent with our high-ranking education system here. We are the #1 in the South for educational attainment and #6 in the US. We have the highest concentration of tech talent in the US, and that's over twice the national average. So if you think it's #1 is Virginia, #2 is Washington State, #3 is Washington, D.C., 4 Massachusetts, and 5 Maryland. So if you think about where those states are located, the Mid-Atlantic is really a hub for tech talent in the country. And then when you look deeper into Virginia, we have tech employment in every region of the state. Over 190,000 Virginians are employed in the tech industry. Central Virginia, so that includes Charlottesville and Richmond, have over 11,000 in the tech industry in the state. We're really unique in that we have this really amazing talent pool coming out of Virginia's military institutions. So more than 13,800 vets are transitioning out of service each year in Virginia and are ready to go into the tech field here in the Commonwealth. One thing that's on a lot of people's minds when it comes to tech talent development is our tech talent initiative, a partnership with Virginia's higher ed institutions, so UVA, Virginia Tech, George Mason, and other VCU and others, to increase our graduates of computer science degrees over the next 20 years. So we're going to double that tech talent degree production, adding an additional 32,000 new graduates in both bachelor's and master's degrees. A lot of that is coming out of Virginia Tech's Innovation Campus in Northern Virginia. A lot of it's coming out of UVA, the new data science school, and things like that will help contribute to that. We have a really diverse and inclusive state, and we've been recognized for that. Part of the reason why we've been ranked the best state for business 2 years in a row. When you look at the tech industry in Virginia over the last 10 years, we have created over 775,000 new jobs in the last 10 years. That's representative of $3.7 billion in new capital investment in the tech space, from 560 tech companies choosing to invest in Virginia. A lot of that is in your kind of traditional software, cybersecurity, and data center type investments, but some of that is coming from new and emerging technologies in the space. So artificial intelligence, machine learning, automation, fintech, health IT, those kinds of things are really help kind of driving new growth for the state. I think that's one of the things that excites me the most about Virginia, is that we are on kind of the forefront of some of that tech innovation in the Commonwealth. Jason, anything to add to that?
No, I think you hit it spot on.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that, and it is very encouraging for sure to be in Virginia as a technology-centric company. Again, it is February 18th, 2022. We're coming out of the most recent Omicron wave. What current trends are you seeing in the Virginia technology ecosystem, given where we are right now?
Sure. So kind of level setting a bit, Virginia was at just over 4.3 million from an employment perspective just prior to the pandemic. We did hit a low in April 2020, but we have steadily started to increase, and we're now just 219,000 jobs below our pre-pandemic employment levels. What we're seeing is an emergence in, as I mentioned, this kind of emerging tech space, so cloud computing, autonomous systems. The synergies between health IT and tech are really booming to kind of how do we get health services to people in remote areas. So that's where the state's investment in broadband is really playing a major role in kind of remote doctor's appointments and things like that, remote delivery of healthcare services. So we're really bullish on what the future looks like for the Virginia tech space. We think that there's a really unique opportunity to kind of transition some advanced industries into really high-skilled talent that's based on tech. So a lot of autonomous systems with manufacturing and transportation, things like that, will, I think, be on the forefront in the future.
Jason, anything to add to that?
The only thing that I would add from a business retention perspective, one of the common themes that we're hearing when we're talking with companies throughout the Commonwealth is that it's becoming more competitive depending on salaries, the cost of living, the quality of life. A lot of smaller businesses are having to compete with larger companies that can afford to pay their folks a little bit more. Virginia is a great place to live, work, and play, but some of our smaller companies in the tech industry, we've taken a lot of notes regarding just the competition level when it comes to somebody living in Virginia but working for a company out in California. They're going to pay the California rate if you're living in Virginia. So that work from home the last couple of years as the flexibility piece has come into play for a lot of folks, not just in the tech industry, but that's definitely one of the common themes and challenges that we're hearing from a lot of companies from across all the industries in Virginia. So we'll see how that expands and how that goes in the next couple of years as we climb out of wherever we're hopefully we're climbing out where we are right now, but yeah, we'll see.
One other thing I'll add is that the importance of DEI initiatives, the diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, as we're bouncing back and trying to recover for that economic recovery. As we know, the pandemic disproportionately affected minorities, women, and lower wage earners. So, every time we're talking with companies, they're sharing ways that they are trying to ensure that their workforce is more representative of the community, and trying to instill those initiatives in their hiring practices and their trainings and moving forward.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. And hopefully we are moving on to better days ahead and no more COVID, or at least less interruptions. So with these companies that you help, maybe if you could just help the audience better understand how y'all help, starting with Jason, Virginia-centric companies grow and expand their market share.
Yeah, in my introduction, I talked about our collaboration with our local and regional economic development teams. And that's really what we're hunting for when we're talking with existing companies. What can we do to not only collect notes and share intel, at our level and with the legislative team that if there are challenges that could be addressed at the state level, but we want to know how we can support and assist our companies now. And one of the programs that we have a number of programs within VEDP. One of the programs that I oversee here at VEDP is the Economic Gardening Program. And if you've heard of the term before, it's geared towards stage 2 companies. It's been around for about 40 years, but it's really focused on domestic lead generation for our Virginia existing companies.
Can you define what a stage 2 company is?
So stage 2 is defined as having 10 to 100 employees and 1 to 50 million annual revenue. So we're looking to work with companies that they're past the point of startup, they're past the point of the acceleration phase, they're making money, they're seeing sales come into whatever region they're in, but they're looking to expand and diversify their sales outside of Virginia. So the intention is to provide customized market research, search engine optimization, and finding qualified sales leads. It's free to participate for any of our Virginia companies. We actually have a partnership with the National Center for Economic Gardening that's been overseeing and providing research specialists for almost 40 years to 30 plus other states, municipalities, and counties throughout the country. Now, again, it's focused on domestic lead generation. At VEDP, we also have other divisions and teams that can work with companies on other challenges, but this program is really focused on helping stage 2 companies grow their sales outside of Virginia.
Cool. How about you, Megan? How do you help Virginia companies day to day?
Sure. So our role comes when a company is looking to expand its headcount and looking for, from the tech space, new office space, things like that. So when a company comes to us with an economic development project, we work with the regional and local economic development teams to provide site selection assistance, identify appropriate real estate for this new office. We coordinate site visits. We also have a world-class research team within VEDP that can provide tailored research and cost comparisons. So if a company is considering relocating outside of Virginia, we can share with them the operating cost comparisons, wage and salary comparisons of different markets across the country. We also provide custom incentive proposals, based on the ROI to the state from the job creation and the communities to the capital investment that the company plans. And then, as Jason mentioned, our international trade services to help companies expand beyond the U.S. and enter new markets. They leverage a lot of federal grant programs to identify new market opportunities outside of the country, and then our BRE program. So really, we think of it as full service for companies that are looking to grow and expand within the country, outside of the country, and then establish new office locations. And like I said, that's just for the tech space. We also work with 13 other target industries for manufacturing and supply chain logistics and the like.
That's amazing. Last question for y'all. Right now, we've already mentioned that Virginia is the #1 state for business in the union. In your opinion, what does Virginia need to do to stay there?
Talent is key, especially in the tech industry. One of the reasons that we rank so highly as the best state for business, the only state to receive that ranking back to back, the only state to receive that recognition from CNBC 5 times. One of the reasons we got that was because of our education and our workforce. Virginia has made great strides to ensure that we have the best talent pipeline for years to come. A lot of those, that recognition comes from our Virginia Talent Accelerator program, which provides custom training to companies and who are looking for new hires. So we really just need to continue on with ensuring that we've got the talent for companies to come for the future.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that, the talent piece, that's definitely one of the common or top themes that we're hearing from a lot of local or current industry partners in Virginia is the talent solutions, customized training, et cetera. I would add that, if we're looking to bring in additional businesses to supplement, whether it's supply chain, logistics, data centers, et cetera, site readiness, Virginia is really focused on site preparedness and finding available properties around the Commonwealth that are looking to upgrade their sites to be ready for development tomorrow. So we have several initiatives at our level, at the state level, to offset some of the environmental planning and various stages involved with having a site prepared and ready for it to be developed tomorrow. So along with that, the talent solutions, I would say, the work that we do, even though we have different missions, we're always talking with our local and regional state partners. We're always looking for available solutions and partnerships. When I'm talking with companies, I tell folks, hey, we're navigators. If you need questions answered, let me know. If you can't find an answer, let me know. I know who does if I can't answer it. So, whatever the case may be, whether it's a new company looking to move into Virginia or the US or an existing company, our main role is to have that relationship with our Virginia companies and with you all. So appreciate your time in this.
Yeah. And I appreciate you both too. Thank you, Jason and Megan, for your time today. I've learned a lot and I hope everyone out there has too. Again, I'm Justin Ritter with Central Virginia Venture Connect. Thanks for your time.